right, so today we're here with Amy of Amy Rachel Makeup Artist. Amy, thanks for joining us on the show today.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit more about your company?
Absolutely. So I started my business about 4 years ago. And kind of the reason why was I had a very successful 10-year corporate career prior to that, but was ready to just sort of break free and start my own business. And I'd always been a huge makeup and beauty enthusiast. And it just seemed like the absolute natural next step for me to take.
All right, awesome. Yeah. And as well as doing makeup, I know like you're big into horses and horse shows and stuff. I follow your Instagram and I see a lot of different posts like that.
You're good, yes. Yep, I've been riding horses since I was 8 years old. Awesome. And just competing locally, just doing fun WSCA horse shows, barrel races, stuff like that. It's a huge passion of mine. I've got little pictures of my horses kind of scattered all over the place. So that is another huge part of my life.
Very cool, very cool. And so then what is it about weddings that really got you interested in going down that path of being a wedding makeup artist?
You know, and it's funny, I was actually thinking about this more the other day. As you start to reflect starting a new year, it just to me is like this beautiful part of the world to be able to be a part of. You know, you get to be involved in these people's, it's one of the biggest days they'll ever have in their lives. And just the joy and the love and just kind of almost more just the warm fuzzies you get being around all these wonderful brides, their families, their bridal party members. It's probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life.
All right. Awesome. That's great. That's perfect. Yeah. I mean, it's such an awesome day to be a part of. And especially, you know, you get to work with them with all the nerves and everything right beforehand. Maybe you get a little looser with a few drinks in the morning too.
Mimosas are flowing. Mimosas, yes.
Yeah. 100%. I'm sure you have definitely a unique perspective compared to like the rest of the wedding day for everything.
Absolutely. Because we are typically your beauty team is there first thing in the morning. So hair and makeup. And so we're there kind of from the get-go. Sometimes people are still just kind of trying to wake up if it's a really, really early start to the day. Mm-hmm. But yeah, through coffee and mimosas and breakfast and all that good stuff, we're there. But then we don't get to see always what you guys get to see too. So it's wonderful when we get to work with awesome photographers and videographers and we get to see those amazing images. So,
awesome. Well, I'm excited to chat with you today. So we worked on a wedding recently where we were at a bride's home. She was getting the makeup on and the tears were just flowing from everyone. Yeah. It was such a beautiful day. And you had this awesome tip about keeping the makeup dry. Why don't you go ahead and say what was kind of happening there?
Oh, for sure. So her mom, our bride's mom, she literally was just, I think she just got very overwhelmed at a certain point because she was so happy. And sometimes it's like you just can't even help it. The tears just start to flow. So what I was sharing with her, and it sounds super silly to do, but is to just take a really sharp, deep breath through your nose because it almost helps to like suck the tears back into your tear ducts so that if you do start to feel them kind of brimming, that maybe they won't overflow and you don't have to sweat it quite as much. So it's ridiculous. You're trying to like imitate it and go like this, you know, and all that, but it actually works. It actually helps. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's where it's like they were throughout the entire day. They're like, and it looked funny. Yeah, and it worked. And it did work for them. And it's something that like I've told other brides too of like, you know, try the sniffing thing. You know, like I don't explain it as well as you do.
Not the sniff test, but the sniffing thing.
Yes. Yeah. So and that is an awesome tip. And what are some other tips that brides can do if like maybe the tears are starting to come out a little bit? They're sniffing as hard as they can, but it's not working.
Absolutely.
How else can they keep that makeup on so it looks amazing throughout the entire day?
For sure. Well, the one thing to know is that when you're booking a really good bridal artist is that they know every waterproof trick in the book. So know that the makeup I'm applying, everything that I'm using, whether it be from your face powders to your liner, to your lashes, to your mascara, to your everything, it is highly, highly waterproof. So I don't ever want brides to feel overly stressed out about any of that. The best thing that you can do though, and especially if you happen to be the maid of honor or whatever, is just have a lot of Kleenex handy and don't ever wipe your makeup, just dab your corners. And the bride, make sure somebody is going with her for her first look, whether it's with her dad and then with her groom. I mean, seriously, somebody be with her and be ready to help her and aid her at that period of time. So I had one bride that unfortunately that didn't happen. And she came back and the poor thing was just a mess because she was so emotional, but nobody was there to help her keep it high and tight. That's always my joke that I like to make with my bridal parties is keep it high and tight, ladies. Okay. So yeah.
Okay. And I do see a lot of like, they'll like kind of lean back and they're doing like the blotting. So is that what you mean by like with the napkin stuff like that, like be blotting it away, not wiping it?
Exactly. Yep. Just kind of take your Kleenex, kind of even just right over and just kind of dab almost. Yep, just kind of really lightly dab your corners, and you seriously, your makeup will look flawless and beautiful all day, no matter what. So,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome. Great tips. Thanks a lot, Amy, for joining us on the show. To check out Amy's stuff, you can visit her Instagram and website. We got links down below for anything. Anything else you'd like to add, Amy?
No, not at all. It's been wonderful seeing you again.
All right, it's great to see you too. Thanks a lot, Amy.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.